Yep.
So the suction for the booster pumps is this line right here on top of the pumps.
Mm-hmm.
Water comes from the tank through this line, through the pumps, into your pressure tank, out to your fire suppression line, and into your filter line. And this is going to be for your domestic water use. Domestic water shutoff valve right here, and to service the calcite filter or the softener. Main 2-inch valve down there shuts off the fire suppression line and your domestic feed. It has to be that way. So if anything ever happens with your fire suppression, if you shut off this valve, you shut off your domestic water feed, so you cannot live in the house without the fire suppression system going. Okay. The other valve right here runs to your vineyard irrigation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all your vineyard lines and stuff like that.
That's all this equipment over here.
Yeah, double check valves, so nothing can backfeed. If they decide to do a fertigation type of system where they inject fertilizers into the line, it's a double safety device.
I see.
And it has a sneezer that blows water out when they shut off.
Oh, cool.
So that way you can't get any cross-contamination.
Okay.
We got right here a pressure relief valve. If it ever builds up too high a pressure, it'll blow off here.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
These are your pressure switches. A lot of times these pressure switches get insects in them and cause the pumps to not run. So where the wires are at, we'll close, open and close, and turn the pumps off and on. And so that's what basically turns your pumps off and on in these pressure switches. So if you get ants or insect in any one of these points, it closes, it interrupts the electricity flow, it doesn't allow the pumps to turn on. Okay. This is your pump controller and your fire suppression controller. So this is an alternating system for that control these pumps. As you see, when I turn on one pump tells you that the pumps are running, okay?
Do it again.
So that is, so this is the lead switch right here. See how it alternates between the pumps, the red wires?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you see right here on there, it'll tell you that's pump 2 running.
Yep.
Okay, so this is pump 1 running, so it alternates between the pumps and cycles.
I see.
So that way you have even wear between the two pumps. So, and that will...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then if you do ever have fire needs, okay, what will happen is if you have a fire need, this will turn on, and it turns on both pumps, so you get your 50 gallons per minute that's required for your fire suppression.
I see.
Okay. So then next is our water filtration system device.
Right.
Okay. So a water filtration device runs through a calcite filter.
Mm-hmm.
It's an acid neutralizer. It helps remove any irons from the system.
Yeah.
One of the problems, when you have to raise your pH, you actually are adding calcium back into your water. So you already had a little bit of hardness in your water. We've increased your hardness by raising your pH. So now we have to soften the water. So we run through a softener. This softener is, well, let's go. Your calcite filter is of course, I can't get it off right now. It's a standard time clock type of system. It's with a 2510 head. We haven't set it up yet, so each one of these pins that go out is a day in which it backwashes.
I see.
So right now we're at every other day it backwashes.
I see.
That helps get the iron out of it and raise your pH and refresh the bed. So pins go in or out.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay.
Do that again.
Yeah. In is not going to backwash. Out is going to backwash.
Okay.
And this represents days. This is a 12-day clock.
I see.
Okay. So we're on day 1 right now. Okay. And so it won't backwash until day 3, and we'll run it through a manual regeneration. But to change the time of day, it says time of day right here.
Yep.
We
press
the red button and rotate it to the time of day. It's probably about 10:30 right now, but we'll change it till we get it.
Standard intermatic type.
Yeah, it backwashes at 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay. So what will happen is that it's preset to backwash at 2 o'clock in the morning. If this time of day is off, you may get it backwashing in at
3 in the afternoon.
3 in the afternoon.
Right.
Okay.
And is there, I mean, this is running off electricity, or is it, and is there a battery backup? Or if we lose power, do we have to come out and reset the time here?
Reset the time.
Okay.
Yeah, on this one you do.
Okay.
Okay. The next one is our softener head.
Quick, are you aware? I'm not sure what the backwash, what that looks like. Are we going to be aware of it if it's happening during the daytime? What happens when backwash occurs?
If it backwashes during the day, you might see a decrease in water flow because it's running through here now, and so you're getting the backwash water. You know, you have a big enough pump where you probably won't see that much of a difference, but there is a possibility. But you may see some dirty water come through because it's basically stirring up everything and flushing it out. So that's why we try to do it at 2. Everyone tries to do it at 2 o'clock. That's when most people aren't using any water and they're usually sleeping.
Makes sense. And what is the period for which the backwash cycle runs?
How long is it?
Yeah.
The duration? Well, so it does a 10-minute rapid rinse, then it does a settling, and then we'll do another 10-minute rapid rinse, and then it goes through another settling, and it's done.
So about half an hour?
I'd say, you're probably about an hour through the whole duration by the time the settling and all that stuff, and the backwash. So.
And will we hear it?
You might hear it, water running through where they have it piped into by the hot water heater. You
Yeah.
might hear it come in through there.
Okay.
But I don't think there's any bedrooms close by there, is there? I think it's all
Now
kitchen.
there's one, but it's not really one we're going to use as a primary bedroom.
Yeah. So, then the next system we run into is our softener system right here.
Yeah.
Our softener system is a metered system to conserve as much salt as we can.
Right.
And it's... I think I got my screwdriver. There we go. Hold.